Vigo turned 1 on December 28th, and I cannot believe that this little furball who came into our lives is now a year old. It's so funny because I don't know if I've ever shared this, but when my husband and I first came across the opportunity of bringing him home, my husband was actually very much against it. He was like, that is wild. There's no way you can fly to Oklahoma to get a dog. There's no way that this is a good idea. He was extremely reluctant, and I was the one who was very pushy about it. And it's so funny because you fast forward to now, and my husband says all the time how grateful he is that I pushed for us to bring Vigo home, because he has just been such a wonderful addition to our family. So here's my honest review of life with a 1-year-old puppy. And before you stop me and say he's not a puppy, he's a dog, until he hits 2 years old, I'm going to continue calling him a puppy because he's my first baby, my first son. You're so handsome. I love you. I love you. Let's start with the good. As I said, there is no joy greater than having Vigo in our family. Like, we love this dog so much. And I won't lie, the first few months of puppy life are rough, but I'm so grateful we went through that phase and that we're now at a point where he's such a great companion. We love seeing him happy. Like, we love taking him to the park that we go to and watching him run. Like, it literally is such a joy of my life to see him happy. And the highlight of my day is when my husband gets home and I tell him, Dad's home. He just looked at me. I'm trying not to excite him. But he loves when my husband comes home, and he loves greeting him. And I think it's so wonderful for my husband to have that greeting as well when he gets home. It's just so nice having a dog in the family. Now on to the bad. We're kind of in the thick of adolescence, which, to be honest, isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought adolescence would be much more difficult, but we have seen some behaviors that we had never seen before, specifically when we moved into this new house. So I don't know if it's a new environment or if it's his age or if it's a combination of the two, but things like counter surfing, Vigo has started exploring with. Barking outside the window, he has started exploring with. These aren't the end of the world problems, like, we can work on them. My main concern, to be honest, is with this baby coming and his barking. He doesn't bark too much, but when he does, it's definitely loud. So we've been trying to train him to do quiet. We've been trying to do different things to kind of manage this and train it out of him. But that's definitely something that we have seen be a new thing, again, with the new house and with the age that he's at now. Next thing that I would say is bad, which, to be honest, I think this is a Vigo specific thing. I don't think this is an age thing. And again, I touched on this before, is that he hates going outside during the day. So if I take him out for a walk, he throws a little tantrum. He doesn't want to move. And I think that's been really difficult, because if he let me walk him, I could, take him outside and do training with him outside. I could take him on walks. There are things that I could do with him, and it makes it difficult. It makes it more difficult to meet his needs when during the daylight hours he does not want to go outside. This is something we're working on. I've made videos about this before, and again, I think this is a Vigo specific thing and not necessarily an age specific thing. Finally, in terms of the ugly, I feel like this is my ugly every single time I make one of these videos, but the humping, it's something that he's still doing. He's not neutered yet. And I think the most frustrating part about it is that the number of times that I've had family and friends be like, when are you neutering him? And these people who I've had the conversation with, and then you give it a week and they ask me again, and I'm just pulling my hair out like, we are not neutering him yet, let me live. And I know they mean well, because I think a lot of people believe that the right thing to do is to neuter your dog at 6 months. And for some dogs, it is the right thing. In our case, it's not. And there's a lot of reasons why we've chosen to wait to neuter him. But his humping behavior is not ideal. And that said, off the back of that, the kind of pressure from others to neuter him is not fun. But that said, I also know dogs who are neutered who continue to hump. So I don't expect the neutering to fully solve this problem. And to be honest, it's so mild of a problem. It's not like he's humping 24/7. It's really maybe once every 3 nights, he'll get a little bit too excited with a blanket. It's not that serious, but it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to him calming down out of. But I hope that helps. I think if you are in that puppy phase and you're looking ahead, it's funny because I think some people find adolescence more difficult and some people find puppy life more difficult. I found puppy life infinitely more difficult, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And now that we've had Vigo we've had him for 10 months. He's turned a year old now. We would never trade him. We love him so much. Like, he's such a part of the family. And it's so funny because I remember one night my husband coming home and being like, in the thick of the puppy blues, he was like, what have we done? Did we make the right decision? And it touches me so much that he's now like obsessed with this dog. Just goes to show that I do, in fact, always know best. Anyway, I hope that helped. Let me know if I missed anything. If your dog's a year old, what are some of your good, bads, and uglies? Let me know below.